welcome. My name's Megan from Sacred Space Yoga and Wellbeing, and today I'm going to guide you through a lovely heart-opening practice to release any tension within the heart space, within the chest and the shoulders, and to help you connect to your intuitive heart. So if you'd like to come into a comfortable seated position to begin, either cross-legged or kneeling. If you're quite tight in the hips, you might like to sit up onto a cushion or a rolled up blanket and just allow yourself to get comfortable for a moment. We're going to take the hands into chin mudra, so backs of the hands onto the knees or the thighs, and just gently connecting the thumbs to the index fingers. And when you're ready, you can just allow your eyes to softly close. Taking a moment to arrive here. Maybe beginning to notice how you're feeling today. Beginning to just notice your breath. With your next exhale, allow the weight of the body to ground down through the sit bones, rooting the body down into the earth. And then take a deep breath in, allowing your spine to lengthen as you draw the crown of your head all the way up to the sky. And as you exhale, just soften into your seat. Allow the shoulders to melt away from the ears, the elbows to soften, and the belly to soften. And just come back to noticing your breath. Begin to feel the breath rising and falling within the body. Feeling the expansion that comes with every inhale, and the release that comes with every exhale. Take your awareness to your heart center, the center of your chest, the sacred cave of your heart, and just begin to watch the breath rising and falling here. With every breath, just start to allow any tension you can feel within the chest to dissolve away. Allowing every breath to create space within the body, space within your heart, space for you to feel and to connect back with yourself. Feel yourself melt into the stillness of your heart. All worries, all anxieties, all fears just dissolving away. And then take one hand to rest on your heart, take the other hand to rest on top. And just start to deepen the breath now. Take a few deep, full breaths into the space of the heart. gently allow your eyes to flutter open. Taking a deep breath in as you reach the arms out to the sides and all the way up. Looking up towards the hands, opening through the chest. As you exhale, draw the hands down through the center line of the body. And again, take a deep breath in as you reach all the way up. Shoulders stay down, open and expand through your chest. Exhale, drawing hands down once more. One more like this as you inhale, reach up. As you exhale, take the hands all the way down through the center line once more, and then start to walk them forwards. So just take a nice gentle fold here. Stay rooted through your sit bones as you allow the head to melt down. No tension in the back of your neck. Breathing fully into the sides of the ribs. And then inhaling to gently walk the hands back in towards the body. As you breathe in, reach your right arm all the way up to the sky and then start to bend at the right elbow. And you're going to feed your left hand around the back, reaching up to see if you can connect the hands. If you can't connect the hands, then just take a hold of the clothes in that area. Think of drawing the ribs back in and down. Keep rooted through the sit bones as you just take this nice deep stretch into the shoulders and into that top tricep as well. And then gently release. Start to reach the left arm all the way up, switching sides, bending at the elbow, reaching the right hand up, maybe connecting the hands or taking a hold of the clothes in that area. Melt the shoulders down, just start to take a few deep breaths here, ribs drawing in. And then gently releasing. You're going to roll over the tops of your feet to come onto all fours, or swing the legs round to one side. So coming into a tabletop position, start to spread your fingers wide so that you connect down with the ground. Shoulders and wrists are in line, knees are sitting directly underneath the hips. Take a deep breath in as you lift your head and your tailbone up towards the sky, allow your belly to soften down. And then as you exhale, start to round through your upper back, draw your chin in towards your chest and squeeze your belly in towards your spine. And again, as you inhale, start to shine your heart forwards, lifting the head, lifting the tailbone. Exhaling to draw in, belly to spine. Start to just carry on in your own time here now, taking a few more rounds of cat-cow pose. And then with your next inhale breath, gently guide yourself back to a neutral spine. Spreading the fingers wide once more, start to tuck your toes underneath you, draw your belly in towards your spine and then lift your knees to send your hips up and back into downward facing dog. Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Start to bend one knee and then the other as you take a nice slow pedal out through the backs of the legs. Easing into any tension in the calves, the hamstrings, wherever you might feel this. And then allow yourself, when you're ready, to just settle into some stillness in your downward facing dog. Bend your knees as much as you need to send the hips up and back. Gazing back towards your knees or your ankles, keep lengthening the back of the neck, roll the shoulders away from the ears. Breathing deeply, breathe into your body. And then as you inhale, come up high onto the toes and ripple yourself forwards into a high plank. As you arrive here, bend your knees, ripple through the spine and send your hips up and back into your downward dog. Working with your breath as you inhale once more, ripple forwards. Exhale to bend the knees, articulating through the spine as you move back through your downward facing dog. Just moving in your own time now, inhaling and then exhaling to lift the hips up and back. A few more times, inhaling
and exhaling. And then last time, inhaling to come forwards, exhaling to lift all the way up and back. As you inhale, come forwards into your high plank once more. This time drop yourself down onto your knees and look forward, start to dip at the elbows as you hover yourself all the way down onto your belly. Tops of the feet coming down to the ground. Take the hands underneath the shoulders, engage the thighs, engage the belly. And then take a deep breath in to just peel your head and chest up off the ground, coming into a baby cobra, Bhujangasana. Take a few deep breaths here. Lift the heart forwards and up as the shoulders roll down, elbows hug in. And then as you exhale, take the forehead down, tuck the toes underneath you, and lift yourself up and back into your downward facing dog. Breathing here. As you inhale, sweep your right leg high. Exhaling to look forwards, bring the knee in towards the chest and then softly step or place the right foot up in between the hands. Dropping yourself down onto your back knee, take the top of your back foot down, draw in through your core, and then take a deep breath in as you sweep the arms all the way up. Low lunge. As you exhale, roll the shoulders away from the ears, really sinking down into the hips here. Hands to the lower back. Think of lengthening your tailbone down to the ground. Squeeze the elbows in towards one another and then start to lift from the center of the chest to come into a gentle back bend. Keep pressing the tailbone down as you lift through the heart. Exhaling to come all the way back forwards, hands down to the ground. Start to reverse your way back into a half split. The weight comes into the back leg as the front toes curl back towards the face. Dropping down through the head, breathing into the hamstring. As you inhale, bring the weight forward into the front foot. Come up onto the fingertips, lift through the chest, shoulders come down, and then exhale to come back into your half splits. And just flowing here now, inhaling with your breath, coming forwards, roll the shoulders down, lift the heart, and exhale to flow back. One more like this. Inhale, come forwards. Lift the heart as much as you can. Expand through your chest. And exhale to rock back. Rock the weight into the front foot. Plant the hands down. Curl up onto the back toes. As you inhale, sweep back into your high plank. And as you exhale, lower your knees, chest, chin, or come through chaturanga if that's your practice. Inhaling through cobra or upward facing dog if you prefer. Roll the shoulders back. And then exhale to lift yourself up and back. Downward facing dog. Just breathing here. Melting the weight down into the feet if you can as you lift up and out of the wrists, up and out of the hands. Take a deep breath in, sweep your left leg high. Exhaling to bring the knee in towards the chest, softly step or place the left foot up in between the hands, dropping down onto the back knee, top of the back foot down. Take a deep breath in as you lift the arms all the way up. Exhaling to ground, front knee is aligned over the front ankles, sit down through your hips, but think of gently tucking the tailbone under, ribs drawing in. Taking your hands to your lower back. Take a deep breath in, press the hips forward, tailbone down, lift through the center of the chest as the elbows squeeze in. And then exhale to slowly walk the hands forward and reverse your way back into your half splits. Front toes curl back towards the face, folding deeply over that front leg. And then as you inhale, come forward, roll the shoulders down, plant the weight into the front foot, heart lifts. Exhale to fold all the way back. Half splits. Inhaling to come forward, working with your breath. Exhale to melt back. Last time, inhaling, roll the shoulders back, lift the heart. And exhaling to move back. And then rocking the weight back into the front foot, plant the hands down, curl up onto the back toes. Take a deep breath in as you sweep back into your high plank. And come through your vinyasa, exhaling as you lower knees, chest, chin, or hovering all the way down. Inhaling, tops of the feet root down as you lift through the chest. And exhaling as you lift yourself up. And back into your downward facing dog. Breathing here. Take a deep breath in, sweep the right leg high once more. As you exhale, softly step or place the right foot up in between the hands. Take a deep breath in and come up into a high lunge this time. Exhaling to ground once more, weighting into the hips as you roll the shoulders away from the ears. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, sweep your right arm underneath your left to come into eagle arms. So crossing at the elbows, either bring backs of the hands together or cross at the wrists as well to bring the palms together. Breathing here, melting the shoulders down the back. Either staying as you are or start to lift the chest once more just to find a little bit more opening in the upper back. And as you exhale, release the arms all the way back down to the ground. And sweep up and back into your downward facing dog. Breathing here. Now as you inhale, sweep the left leg high. Exhale to softly step or place the foot up in between the hands. Take a deep breath in, come up into your high lunge on this side. Exhaling to melt the shoulders away from the ears. Inhaling to lift up. Exhale as you swing the left arm underneath the right this time. Garudasana eagle arms. Keep drawing the ribs in, tailbone tucking under. And either stay as you are, or as you inhale, start to lift the chest once more. As you exhale, release the hands all the way down to the ground. And then sweep up and back into your downward facing dog. And then start to drop yourself down onto your knees, finding your way into child's pose. Allowing the weight of the hips to sink back towards the heels as you melt the forehead down towards the ground. Just start to slow your breath all the way down. Breathing into the back of the body, into the back of the heart space. As you feel the full weight of the pelvis sink all the way back, back towards the heels. Expanding through the back body, expanding through the vertebrae. Gently, when you're ready, start to lift the head, walking the hands back in towards the body to lift the torso up. And then just sink your hips to one side as you swing your legs round in front of you. Coming to the center of your mat. Coming into boat pose here, Navasana. So take a hold of the backs of the thighs and then start to come up onto your tippy toes. Rocking the weight back into the sit bones, but not sinking down too much here. So keep lifting the heart forwards and up. Really start to engage through your core as you maybe lift one,
And then the other leg, bringing the shins parallel to the ground. Either keep hugging the backs of the thighs in towards you or release the hands forward. Keep lifting through the chest, drawing forwards through your heart. Deep, steady, even breath. And then take the feet back down to the ground. Using your hands to slowly lower yourself all the way down onto your back. So coming to lie down onto your mat. Keeping the knees bent and planting the feet, the soles of the feet down into the ground. So feet are about hip width apart. Allowing the sides of the feet to be parallel to your mat, knees pointing directly up to the sky. Take the arms down by the sides with the palms facing down. Preparing to come into bridge pose, Setu Bandhasana. Pressing down through the soles of your feet, take a deep breath in as you start to rock your pelvis up to the sky. And then lifting your lower, your middle and your upper vertebrae up off the mat. Hips lift up towards the sky. Maybe you can tuck one shoulder and then the other underneath you here. And either staying as you are or maybe interlacing the fingers, making a fist grip as you draw the forearms down. Keep lifting through the hips. Notice if your knees want to splay out to the sides and think of just gently magnetizing them in towards one another. Keeping your head, your neck completely still here as you lift for one more breath. And then release the arms out to the sides, and as you exhale, start to slowly lower back down with as much control as you came up. As the hips arrive back onto the ground, take the feet hip width apart and let the knees melt in towards one another. Take one hand onto your heart. Take one hand to rest onto your belly. And just close the eyes. Now just stay as you are, just resting here. This feels right, or start to prepare to come into a second round of bridge pose, bringing the feet back to hip width apart and parallel, arms down by the sides. Take a deep breath in, press down through the soles of the feet as you start to rock your pelvis up once more, feeling the lower, the middle, the upper vertebrae lifting up from the ground. Maybe tucking one shoulder and then the other underneath you. Perhaps taking that interlaced fingered grip as you lift the hips higher, pressing the chest up towards the chin. Opening through the chest, opening through your heart. Taking one or two more breaths here. And when you're ready, release the arms out to the sides. Exhaling as you slowly come all the way back down. Taking the feet as wide as your mat once more. Let the knees tent in towards one another, pyramiding the knees in. One hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. And breathe. And then slowly start to bring the feet back in towards one another. Take the soles of the feet together and allow the knees to fall out wide. Supta Baddha Konasana. Keeping one hand on your heart, one hand onto your belly. And just allow anything that wants to be released to just release down into the earth.
Feeling more spacious within your chest. Feeling more free. And then gently start to bring the knees back in towards one another. Rolling yourself over onto one shoulder and then using your hands to just push yourself all the way up. Extending the legs out in front of you for Paschimottanasana. You might want to just take a hold of one sit bone and then the next, dragging them to the side and back. Flex the toes back towards the face. Take a deep breath in as you reach the arms up. As you exhale, leading with the heart to fold forward. You can bend your knees as much as you need to here. Keep the shoulders plugging back into the body. And allow the hands to just rest onto the thighs, the shins, or the feet. Keeping that length in the spine, allow your forehead to just start to rest down, so no tension in the back of the neck here. Draw your belly in towards your spine as you fold a little bit deeper with every breath. And then inhale to gently come all the way back up. Bending your right knee in towards your chest, take the right leg onto the outside of the left knee here. Taking the right hand directly behind you. As you inhale, take a deep breath in, reach the left arm all the way up. And then as you exhale, take the left elbow to rest onto the outside of the right knee. Take another deep breath to lengthen through your spine. And as you exhale, start to twist around to your right. If it's okay for your neck, looking out over your right shoulder here, really pressing down through the right fingertips to find that lift, to find that length. As you inhale, gently unravel the spine, bringing both hands to the opposite side for a little counter twist, resting the head down. And then switching sides, extending the right leg out in front of you, bending the left knee in, crossing it over to the outside. Left hand down to the ground behind you. Take a deep breath in as you reach the right arm up. Exhale, elbow to the outside of the knee. Inhaling as you lift up. And exhaling as you twist around to the left. Rooting down through both of your sit bones. Draw the belly into the spine as you twist. And then releasing with an inhale breath, taking both hands all the way back round to the opposite side to take your little counter twist here. And then releasing both legs out in front of you. Come to lie back down onto your mat, tugging both of your knees in towards your chest to give yourself a hug. And just taking a few breaths here. You might like to stay in stillness, or you can just gently rock yourself from side to side. And whenever you're ready, start to release yourself down into your Shavasana. So straightening the legs all the way out in front of you. Arms resting down by the sides with the palms facing up to the sky. Allowing your eyes to close. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And then release that breath through the mouth. Allowing yourself to sink deeper and deeper with every breath. Just letting go.
Take your awareness to rest back into your heart center. Allow your heart to open as you surrender completely. I encourage you to stay here for a little bit longer if you can, really allowing yourself to absorb all the benefits of your yoga practice. Wishing you all a beautiful day. Namaste.